Are you struggling printing PETG on your enclosed 3D printer? You get those nasty walls that don't look nice at all. If you don't have this issue, you can click away. You don't want to spend your time watching this video. But if you want to learn something and getting also amazing PETG filament prints out of your enclosed 3D printer, well, let's dive right in. Hey, Zach here and welcome to this video. I have printed mainly PLA on all of my 3D printers and once in a while just a normal standard, to build 3D printer parts. And those are always straight lines, and most of the time some of those printers were even open 3D printers. Until I wanted to do a review about a certain printer accessory upgrade, I started printing PETG on my Bambu Lab P1S. And I was really struggling to get the parts nice as I would expect with ABS or with PLA. I was like, am I going crazy? No, I wasn't. I missed out on one crucial thing to have selected, because standard in Orca Slicer, this setting isn't active. You have to activate it yourself. Let's dive in Orca Slicer and let's show you the setting, because after this my prints started to come out very nicely, and I must say, like, oh my gosh. So here in Orca Slicer I have Polylight PETG filament as the PETG filament type. Well, basically this is a preset profile for this type of filament, and I'm not really sure if all PETG filaments are like this, but this is what I currently have loaded on my AMS from the Bambu Lab P1S. Well, standard, go to the settings, and here you have the filament, you have every setting that you want for. And trying to get the prints out better, I was like, oh, maybe it's the temperature, or maybe it's this, or maybe it's that. Always check the box. And nowadays with slicers like Orca Slicer, there are some profiles in there. And in my case, I'm using Polylight PETG filament. So this should be correct, right? It didn't matter. No matter what I tried, the prints were looking ugly. And I couldn't figure out why. Because it's supposed to be good, right? No. All the temperatures here are as they supposed to. 230 till 255 for the Polymaker Polylight PETG filaments. So because this is a faster printer, the flow needs to be better as well, stuff like that. But then, going over this, I was like, no, this is supposed to be all right. So then I was thinking, like, what about the cooling? Well, there are a lot of settings here. And on the box of the Polymaker filament, cooling says no. So meaning not the hot end cooling, no, the parts cooling. It's not needed. But there is one cooling setting that you have to select in order to get better results. And I can already tell you this, that once I turned that one on, it was directly, what a difference. It doesn't matter if you have advanced on yes or no. And here, the auxiliary part cooling fan. Which fan is that? It's this huge fan sitting on one of the sides of the 3D printer, and it's blowing basically air just underneath the nozzle. So it's not basically the parts cooling fan, but it does provide some airflow so that it is being cooled a little bit faster, because the layers were looking ugly on the outside and I was wondering how. So if you set this to 100, I had it on 100, directly a whole lot of a difference. You can play with this to get even better results out of it. If I click this away, go to the other profile here, I'm printing parts for the dead racer, and after batch number, I think like 4 or 5, using this method, here is the cooling setting that I have changed to and here is the cooling. I have made the change. That's where you see this little star in front of the filament profile, and here I set it to 100. That's all there is. Everything else seems to be looking good, but I mean, like, serious. These are some other settings, but I only made the change here in the auxiliary parts cooling fan. After that, I got some amazing PETG prints coming out of the enclosed printer. And it doesn't matter if it is the Bambu Lab P1S. It can also be the Creality K1 or maybe even the K2. Make sure to turn on the auxiliary parts cooling fan, set it to 100, and it is going to start using the fan after layer 3 or 4. So let's show you the difference between the two. So I'm printing parts for the Dead Racer, right? And I want to use PETG filaments. Here is the difference. This was the normal standard profile from the Orca Slicer. This part is with no auxiliary parts cooling enabled. Then I switched it on and this was the difference. Look how smooth that this looks like. Nice, right? After that I reprinted the part, changed the filament profile with the parts cooling or the auxiliary parts cooling fan enabled from the start, and oh my gosh, so much of a difference. I mean, I could also do it on the benches, but no, I don't want to waste more filament than needed in order to get the best profiles. And here, this is looking way better. So now you know.